Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-month readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, I'm offering two special tarot offers. And the first one, it's called The Tales of the Earth, and it's a reading that focuses on bringing forward messages of both spiritual and material growth. And the other one, it's called In Between the Sheets, and it's a reading that it's more focused into relationship dynamics, specifically into themes of intimacy, sexuality, and the nature of pleasure. So if you would like to know more information about those special offers or any other of my tarot services, um, just email me, or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So Leo, I do feel like this mid-month it's very emotional. It's a very watery energy that you have here as your main focus, and your main experiences might bring a lot of feelings to the surface. Some of you are asked to trust the happiness that you are experiencing. I feel like some of you are encountering moments during this mid May of pure bliss. There's something beautiful about your mid month that somehow might trigger for some of you fears of giving in fully, trusting fully to that happiness, especially for Leos that have been through a rough patch, that have been through a dark period, or a period where things that they have tried to work on or trust on didn't really, happen the way you longed for or wished for. I feel like some of you might be afraid to trust this happiness, to trust how everything is kind of bringing itself together to you in a very magical, beautiful way. I think that for some of you, there's a well deserved notion of happiness, a well deserved moment of wholeness within, the world of relationships and emotions. I do feel like for some Leos, family and family dynamics are quite important during this mid month. I feel like part of this kind of emotional, rescue that's going on here for some of you has to deal with family. So for Leos that have been estranged from family or apart from family, with family dynamics where a lot of healing and forgiveness was required, I do think that things are coming together to bring, if not forgiveness in terms of bringing yourself and those family relationships together internally, there might be a sensation of peace, coming to terms with the situation in a very positive light. This is a mid month where there's a lot of positive experiences that the majority of you might encounter, especially in the way you are feeling internally. So, just the fact that some of you are feeling internally uh, like renewed, recycled, re energized is going to come a long way in the way you are then experiencing situations from the outer sphere. I also feel like some of you might have a happy uh, conclusion of something that some of you have been working on. You have the Ten of Cups as your main opportunity for this mid-month, which is a great card. There's an opportunity. There's opportunity for happiness, for joy, for all beautiful things coming together, for feeling at one with those that are important to you. So even um, not being exactly about family, I think that relationships with this kind of tribe vibration, friends, um, people that are somehow like soul family to you are also important. I think that there's a lot of experiences during this mid month of May that are fortunate in terms of a little bit like spiritual blessings, things that you have been, working hard for, things you have, come a long way to now have, in a way, the results out of that. So I think that some of you have come a long way, a long journey into understanding emotions, feelings, your spirituality, what happiness looks like, what happiness truly is. There's a very deep connotation for the experiences some Leos have been going on in terms of feelings, in terms as well of digging deep inside of them to find that spiritual connection and that spiritual notion of what life, happiness, love, relationships are really about. I think that some of you are very, some of you are now grounded and rooted in your feelings. And this might again manifest into you creating more love around you. There's a sense of you spreading love during this mid month of May for those in need and for those you are surrounded by. Your surroundings during the mid month of May seem to offer pretty much good things. There's a lot of good vibes about your month. The only thing I feel here, the challenge aside of the fear, some of you might still have to trust, the good things in life. It might be that some of you are also still kind of trapped in a past experience or trapped in an experience that have, somehow disappointed you, frustrated. It was a little bit like a sense of frustration of something you didn't, you didn't really had happen in your life the way you imagined. I think that there are some experiences for Leos that are about a new perception, a new perspective, a new vision into their lives. And so I feel like some of you are still kind of in need to be a little bit more open-minded about how things come together to you, how things manifest themselves to you, to not judge the book by its cover. It's really showing up here that some of you might still be refusing some things coming your way that are divine blessings because they don't really look the way you wished for or you hoped for. I think that again you're being challenged to go deeper than that, to look beyond, the surface. This is the Four of Cups as your challenge during this mid-May. Again, another cup card, another emotional card. This one is a little bit about the need to tap into your own inner voice in order to kind of understand, what it is about your own needs and desires that you are not being able to meet by your own self, and so kind of projecting a little bit of that frustration on the outside or a little bit of that emptiness into compulsive behaviors. Some of you might be fighting compulsive behaviors or of falling into the same emotional entrapment, especially things that resemble too much of a past experience or a past, it's like energies of deja vu as well. There might be energies here for some of you. The other group of Leos, aside of the first message that I brought here, is there are experiences during the mid-month of May that might feel like deja vu. Experiences that have a very familiar tone to them in terms of past events that somehow had an emotional impact on the way you behave currently with emotions. So there might be, for Leos that are more unconscious, less aware of their internal process, less aware of themselves, there might be, yes, repetitive experiences coming in your way in order for you to learn something about them. But I also feel like some of you might have an opportunity to reconcile with the past, but you might need to accept it, accept the opportunity to make amends, to heal, to accept an apology. For some of you, there might be an apology. For some of you, there might be an attempt on someone in your life to recover or rekindle a relationship that has been again away from you or with issues. Some of you might as well attempt to reconcile with your families, with your personal relationships, or with experiences that have you might awaken to the notion that pride, anger, sulking into these situations are not going to make you happy and are just, a waste of time. I think that some of you are truly valuing the time you spend with those you love as being, one of the points to live and to find, meaning in this existence. So anything that's keeping you further from love in all shapes and forms are in focus during this mid-month of May. And I do think, being the Six of Cups, the advice that there needs to be a balance between past and present emotional experiences and awareness of how things used to be and how things are turning out to be. Because yes, maybe the past can be rewritten, maybe the past can be, something of the past can be mended, but it needs to be in new ways. And this is where I feel like some of you might have a challenge as well, to accept the new ways or to accept the differences, that inherently are a part of all human relationships. So I hope you have a great mid month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully, we'll see each other soon.